2018 GSL Season 3. This is Rock Shield.
What's up, everybody? We're back here at the GSL Codas. It's Leenock versus Deer up next. I think we're expecting similar results from what we saw in Match 1. Deer is supposed to move out of this group. I'm always excited to see Leenock cause an upset and perhaps advance to a deeper end of the GSL, but as of late, Leenock seems to be in the lower echelon of GSL Codas players.
You're certainly correct about that, but there's certain matchups where Leenock has a better chance than other matchups. I would say ZVP, he's pretty legit in, ZVC as well. Whereas it's like if you hit him against like a horseman or something, I would just say there's almost zero chance. Like if he hits Maru, nothing.
Right.
Against Deer, if I recall correctly, during the GSL quals, he beat Stats, was it? Or I think. Anyways, his ZVP is good. And Deer is a very good player. Everyone really respects him, knows he's good, but his games are a little bit sloppier and a little bit dirtier than some of the other top Protoss players.
He's a little bit less refined than, let's say, Classic, for instance.
Yeah,
Deer's got his own way of approaching a lot of the different matchups. He's used a lot of different openers and unit comps. He's someone who, I put it this way, he knows how to win. But the question is, how's he going to play it here today? I feel like Deer is overall just a superior player compared to Leenock.
Yeah,
and when I say that, I mean no disrespect to Leenock. I think he's an awesome player, an awesome guy. But hard to imagine, especially with some of Deer's major upsets in Season 2.
Yeah. It's been a long time since Leenock has been a tournament champion, a long time since his Codas finals. But, yeah, he's still dangerous. Not as dangerous as the man with the sword, though.
That's right. Lost and Found, one of our new maps, is going to be it for game number 1. Catalyst and Acid Plant for game 2 and 3. Leenock, one of the most seasoned players here in StarCraft 2. But we're in a different era. We're in the very modern era, late in Legacy of the Void. How exactly does Leenock take on Deer? Let's find out. This is game 1.
Match 1. Fight. Leenock
telling everybody to keep the secrets quiet.
Yeah.
That portrait.
Deer,
of course, with the samurai sword. I don't think anyone's going to have a better picture for the round of 32 than him. So, if Leenock were to beat Deer, it would definitely be an upset, but I don't think it would be like the most surprising thing. This is like one of those, like, Leenock is always in Codas, and you know he's still a very good player. It's just, as you were talking about in that last match, how there's all these different tiers of players. Deer is like a round of 16, round of 8, and sometimes round of 4 guy, in my opinion.
And a really good season, a round of 4 guy for sure.
Yeah. Whereas Leenock is a round of 32, sometimes round of 16 if he's not in a group of death type of guy, right? Like, he can upset someone, right? A ZVC, sometimes, something like that. We've seen occasionally, he'll even play a good ZVT. I remember him playing against Innovation very well a few seasons ago. And so there's things Leenock can do. It's just Leenock has not been showing the quality of games that would make you think that he's like someone that you would ever bet to get out of a group.
Right. It is interesting, and we've even seen this actually in ASL as well with, for instance, the fact that Busan, the player, has been able to qualify. He's so old school,
He's the oldest active pro in StarCraft 1. So,
how old is he now?
Gosh, I think he was born in like 84 or something like that. He's right around our age, and he's like got a kid, and the thing is, he is an entire generation or 2 of pro gamer younger than everyone else that plays, but he still qualifies each time.
Yeah, you mean older, yeah.
Yeah, like earlier generation.
Oh,
is what
sure,
I mean.
right. You mean when he started, got it.
There's like different generations of pros in StarCraft 1, but yeah.
I feel like Leenock is a little bit like that. Same with Ryung, where I would be very shocked if they ever won a GSL Codes from here on out, but they are still good enough that they're the ones that are qualifying.
Leenock is a Generation 1 pro.
Right.
Of StarCraft 2. I believe he was in Season 1. I remember the match specifically, him against Nada. You remember when Nada had to take his jacket off?
That's right, because Leenock was such a savage. Yeah.
So, I mean, that's like Maru, Leenock. We actually have so many remaining players from the very beginning.
No, it's quite true.
Yeah, Lucira.
Yeah, he's actually another excellent example. Players like Leenock and Lucira are these Zerg players who are really, really good and do know how to hang on and play a solid game. But generally speaking, is he making a battery down there?
Yeah, and a full wall. He thinks it's an all-in.
Yeah,
it's not
at all.
All-in.
No Banling's Nest, no nothing.
This is funny because, like, yeah, that's a little clutch of links, but it's not. Like, it's not all-in double pylon, shield battery, full wall-in amount of lings, you know? I understand why he made this full wall, though. It does make sense.
He probably thinks, okay, a lot of these players who are veterans but are not at the same current skill level as some of these other contenders like Deer.
Yeah.
The players like Deer generally anticipate some kind of an all-in. It seems like it's the obvious decision to make because the odds of Leenock winning in a more standard game are just not as probable. So I understand the response from Deer, but this actually benefits Leenock.
I would absolutely say so. It looks like Deer is probably going to go into Archon drops here. Leenock is, like, fine. Ooh, good catch there on 2 drones just as they pop out. A little bit lucky there by Deer, but again, 3 drones. Hey,
not done yet.
Legit harass, I tell you. If he hadn't just come in here and gotten 6 drones, if he got standard 2, 3, maybe 4 drones, this would be a much worse situation for him, but look at this. A very quick Hydralisk Sten coming out of Leenock. How many drones is he on? 45. I tell you what, he's actually chosen a very good strategy set here to open game 1. Like, I really, really like what I'm seeing out of Leenock. If he does not take massive damage coming up here, like, he's going to have his Hydras out before the Archon drop gets there. Generally, the Archon drop, you're really, really, really looking to force Roaches out. But the fact that Leenock is immediately getting into Hydras, like, this is such a quick Hydra timing that he's getting these out that he probably wants to get aggressive with them. And there's not going to be splash damage to deal with them. So I don't know, I feel like I'm kind of just, like, gibbering at this point, but, like, this is exciting from Leenock, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I think he's done this well.
The fact that we've, already pointed out that, and look, another great takedown there. And, this is all really due to the fact that Deer actually completely walled off. So those units had to come down there and try to open up the gateway entry, and that allowed Leenock to shut down the Nexus. So the Nexus is going to be restarted quite late. Oh, and look at this.
Leenock's like, let me help you with that.
Please.
Oh my god, and now he has to use his shield battery on it. It's so funny because he was killing it himself. And now he's attacking it and healing it at the same time. Dude, Leenock is playing a very, very nice game. Look how late this Archon drop is going to be and everything.
He actually gets these lings in. This is huge. Man. Now, I want to say Leenock's playing really well, but it's also worth pointing out that Deer has been making some questionable decisions here.
Well,
this delays the Archon drop.
The way Deer's playing, I think he's just maybe read this all a little bit off because it does seem to me to be a very aggressive opener from Leenock, but it wasn't like a Baneling bus. So I guess he read maybe aggressive opener, but didn't realize what this is. This is one of these sub-60 drone Hydraling, and I guess Bane. A lot of times when you have this few drones, you don't get Bane. Oh, that would be the biggest catch.
He's gonna get it. Unreal. Okay. Oh my god.
Deer's dead. That's it.
That was.
You are not winning this game.
I actually saw him muttering to himself as well after he lost that. Yeah. I mean, those were the 2 linchpin units right there.
Yeah.
The Archon's inside of that.
Well, even so, like, this build, this quick of Hydra is, in my opinion, pretty good against Archon drop because you don't have splash when it hits you, so you have to really be.
Storm is nearing fit completion. It's about 5 seconds out.
Yeah, I don't think this is quick enough. He erases so much with these Banelings.
Okay, the Banelings continuing to pour forward.
Oh, good storm. Good first storm.
Yeah, not bad.
And he's got 2 to 3 more.
Now, there's a lot more Lings and Banelings being made here. And it seems like Leenock should be able to wedge himself in between the second and the third, but he's taking a cautious approach. He's going to back up. This does allow Deer to buy a little bit more time.
Yeah, it's good that he's buying this time because the Psy Storms are 100% crucial to him right now. He doesn't have anything like sentries or ranged units to try to fight this off with. But Baneling Speed's going to finish up. Leenock definitely has map control right now. The fact that he got rid of that Prism means that he literally doesn't even have to worry about home.
Okay, he's going to send these Banelings over here. Now, that was, I think, a questionable location to attack.
Yeah, a little bit.
Maybe surprised by the number of cannons that were there. I don't think he's actually saw that in the initial attack.
I think you're right. I think the cannons maybe were like panic cannons, and he saw that. He's like, well, these aren't getting anywhere. You know, he may as well get rid of something there at least.
Well, I think Leenock was in a good spot, but it seems like Deer has cemented himself as stable now.
Yeah,
I don't believe that you can actually break through this anymore.
Like,
Now, actually, those Banelings connecting on those Templars. Okay, okay, guys. Sorry, I didn't know he was going to do that.
Yeah.
All right? Don't call that cast by me a lapse in judgment. I didn't know he was going to run the Templars into the Banes, okay?
I don't know how to explain that one, but
yeah, that was surprising.
We talked about this some right at the beginning, and this has been one of the most interesting things for me as a commentator, right? Like, I'm a Protoss player as well. You know, I like, basically when I watch Deer's games, they're generally just kind of down and dirty compared to the other top Protosses, but he still gets the results. Right. He's still a world top Protoss. It's just like the other Protosses, the way that they do it, you like see more one-sided battles and stuff. Here it's like everything starts dying all over the place.
Hold on. These Templars are once again exposed. Some Night Storms come down, bruising those Banelings.
Yeah, the amount that he's like pushing out against this is very surprising to me.
It's a 168 supply Zerg. I think you want to stay home and start lifting some weights.
As the Protoss.
Start powering up, yeah. Come back a new Protoss. Change yourself. Now, this is a smart move by Leenock. The big drop coming up here. And somehow this is just barely... Okay, he sees it just at the end.
Yeah, he sees it at the last second. Two Hydra's going to come and clear this Stalker so that he can still drop there. Drop the creep there, rather. Now, I mean, Leenock is just playing really well, man. He's got so much going on for him right now. He's going up into Hide. He's continuing to get some upgrades. Ooh. This drop did well. I would say that that's a good drop, like just keeping your opponent back. And
for sure.
The fourth base still can't be made. You know, he's diverting the attention of Deer all over the place.
You know, Deer with no air-to-air attack here can't really do that much against what's happening. He knows that drop's going to be a looming threat, but can't really do much about it. I mean, Leenock's got really good control in this game.
Still Solid's up here. I don't think he wants to drop at the moment. Yeah, with everything coming over here, look at that, the Stalker warping, right? So it's a good idea to get out of here with those Overlords. But Deer is stuck on 3 bases. I think Deer just has to hit a very sharp timing attack, like right now, or Leenock should be able to run away with this game. Look at the creep spread. 5 bases for Leenock. Look at this. Leenock is actually, I'm getting chills. Leenock is playing really well. It's not just that Deer's had some questionable choices and like kind of reacted wrong to a few early game things. Like, if you look at the way that Leenock is doing this, he's keeping control of this game. He's like, look at this.
Oh my God.
Beautiful connections on those Banes right there. Just surrounding this army. Deer is dead.
Getting in the way with the Hydras here. Yeah, I mean, well, I gotta say, Deer is just... Although Leenock's playing really impressively, I really gotta question what Deer's been doing from A to Z here.
Yeah, there's been the mistakes, but I also feel like Leenock has forced some of these mistakes, right? He killed that first adept quickly.
Right.
Deer got afraid. He kind of like turtled up too hard. Leenock has done a great job of 9 bases. This is the second Nexus he's canceled. This Nexus was started late because of the creep drop and stopping the Stalker. He did a drop at the same time. Look at this. He's got these spines. You can't attack into those spines.
No, it would be unwise. Baneling's barreling forward here, connecting on some of these Stalkers.
That was... Yeah, the Banelings definitely didn't do a good job there, but Leenock's got so much at this point.
Does anything matter? I think we're about to see GG here. There it is. Leenock takes game 1. All right.
That was fantastic from
Not
Leenock.
bad.
Hey, I mean, Leenock is always active. He's always practicing hard. This guy, he is a championship player. He has a bunch of championships from the past. He has a GSL Finals, no GSL Championship. But the way that he is playing here, playing that game, that was well done. We don't see as many of the very fast Hydra openings, but that was nicely done and executed. He did not over-push once he saw Psystorm was done. If Psystorm was even 10 seconds later than that, he might have killed Deer right there, but he just kind of backs up and plays this macro game. I mean, a lot of things did go right for him early game, though, so I'm not counting Deer out by any means.
He definitely danced with the odd play that Deer had. I think that he forced a lot of positions, and there were moments Leenock tried to capitalize, said, oh, nope, this is an overextension. Let me dial it back here. He had creep dropping on that fourth base. We didn't really get to have time to remark on that, but it seemed like Deer had actually a very hard time ever getting over there to take that out.
Yeah.
He had a good position with the Banes and the Hydras north of the third base. He had a great drop position. He never overstayed his welcome. Some players drop and forget about it, not Leenock.
Yeah.
He drops with thought, picks up, gets back out. Let's find out what happens on Catalyst here in Game 2.
Match 2, fight. Leenock. Deer.
I want to go over something just real quick, because a lot of things did go wrong for Deer. A lot of things went right for Leenock early on, but there was like one or two small things that Leenock did that make me think this isn't just he got lucky or Deer is off a little bit, but Leenock may have leveled up recently, and certainly in that... Okay, so let me just get into it, right? Specifically, the Overlord dropping creep on the fourth base.
Yeah.
He's going in for a drop. A Stalker comes to push away the Overlord. The Stalker's attacking the Overlord. The Overlord starts to move. Leenock hold positions it. And, hey, hello, guys.
Thanks for going down, guys.
But then two Hydras walk up and attack the Stalker.
Yeah.
So let me once again say this. Creep on the fourth. Stalker comes up. Drop is incoming. Overlord hold position so it does not run all the way away and the creep gets cleared. Two Hydras walk up. Two Hydras to kill the Stalker quick enough that it doesn't kill the Overlord and the Overlord on hold position. When you look at all that together, that's one of those moves, you see that, you're like, damn, Rogue, that was good, man. Like, you're just, this little tiny thing delays that base for so much longer. And that move didn't actually have any bearing on that game.
It also wasn't even Rogue.
No, it wasn't Rogue.
That's right.
Well, that's what I'm saying,
Yeah.
right? When we see a move like that, we'd be like, wow, look at why Rogue is so good. All these little tiny things he's doing. But it was Leenock doing that.
It goes to show you that these guys who we occasionally typecast as, okay, well, he's not going to get out. He's plays a certain way. He might cheese. And, you know, Deer was responding as if Leenock was exactly that, by the way. Are always capable of evolving and changing and improving.
Totally. I'm very excited about that, but we got to talk about this right now because Roach and Burrow on the way for Leenock, which, like, we haven't seen this rush forever. Now, look at these two lings. Look at these two lings right here. Oh my god, he canceled the shade. Deer on top of things right now. Wow. But this means he doesn't know that Roach and Burrow are on the way.
And this is Leenock saying, okay, I'm going to go back to my true form.
Well, this is very cheesy, and this is like a build we haven't seen in how long? When's the last time we even saw this?
It's been a while, man. I'm actually not sure.
2012?
It's been long enough that it feels like we're in a different iteration of StarCraft, but then I saw an adept there, and I went, huh.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's been so long that I don't even know exactly how you're supposed to go about countering this right now. Obviously, things like shield batteries, if you had a Forge, a photon cannon would be amazing here.
Well, it seems like the cannon would be better than the battery, right? But people tend to lean more towards battery.
Well, Forge comes a little bit later in most builds right now, so...
But in an ideal world, a cannon would be better than a battery here, so
for sure.
This is kind of cool. I mean, what exactly are you going to do against a huge number of roaches?
Well, let's see his micro here, and he's droning behind this, so this is not 100% all in.
This does supply block Leenock, by the way.
Oh, nice, yeah. That's a big point. So here you just burrow anything that gets too low.
And it's actually not that hard to do.
No. Oh my god. Is Leenock just going to 2-0 Deer right now?
I think so.
It certainly looks that way at the moment.
And keep in mind, those roaches are going to heal while they're burrowed. Nope, not just that one. And so, there's just, you don't really have the tools. Okay, well, the ladder experience has been ruined for standard Protoss openers this week, guys.
Yeah.
If you're Zerg, I would
point.
recommend that you keep this on your second monitor and start doing this right now on the ladder before Protosses adapt, because this seems to be pretty bulletproof.
Yeah, look at this. Insanity damage. Void Ray comes out, so that's a very nice thing to pop out here.
But it is still the same problem, right? I mean, the Void Ray is better against the roaches, but the roaches, the momentum's already there. GG.
Okay.
Okay, alrighty.
Leenock smashing Deer here, showing, you know what? I think that he picked his builds exceedingly well. Like, that was very good builds that you don't see every game. Like, right now, a lot of Zergs are very stale. They're like, well, I make the Roach Warren, and then I don't die. And then I go into Hydras and I don't die. And then I get some Lurkers and drop, and we do that thing for a little bit. And then I go up to Broodlords, but they have carriers at that point. So that's when it gets hard, right? But Leenock's like, no. We're going to do a sub-60 drone Hydra attack. And then we're going to do a Roach with Burrow attack. And I don't know. That was awesome. Great job to Leenock.
Surprising match for Game 3. It's Leenock versus Maru. Let's see what happens after this short break.